friends. So this is a continuation of the cabbage video. I just did it in 2 videos so that way it wouldn't be so long. So what I'm doing here is taking care of my potatoes. I've already cut up a bunch of them, but as you can see right here, I'm just kind of halving them. And if they're huge, then I will cut them again. But what I've been doing is just using my metal, well, it's, I don't know, it's a sponge, but it's a hard sponge. And I've been scrubbing them down. Then I sit there and I run this through the potatoes and just put them back in this water. I have the water on the stove on. It's cooking, so, or getting hot anyways. So I'm cutting these in half and then putting them back in the water. And then if I see, I call them little boo-boos, I just cut them off. And then this one looks good. They've been scrubbed. I use those metal sponges. It's I use one for my pans and one for my vegetables. But you can see here, you know, and I get them at the Dollar Tree. And it cleans potatoes really well. It cleans all my vegetables really well. Okay, this one has a little owie for the big one. So I have to cut them in half and then half again. But this is what I've been doing. Like I said, I made the video for the cabbage and then went ahead and just did this video. It's because it would have been a pretty long video. This one don't look the greatest, but I'm going to kind of look at it. It's not bad at all. It's just the outer part. So I'm going to go ahead and clean that up. It's not going to hurt anything. Blemishes don't hurt you, just as long as they're not rotted. Just make sure you clean it up just a little bit, you know, because you want to make sure that everything's clean. That's perfect. So put it in there. And these are a lot of potatoes. But that's okay, I'll use them. This one right here, I had a pretty good sized boo-boo. You can see right there. No big deal. Just cut it out, cut it in half, and then put it back in the water. So, I'll be doing sweet potatoes here soon. I got 2 big sweet potatoes. It actually has some roots on them, but that's not going to hurt you. You just cut them out. This one looks good. I'm glad she brought these potatoes to me. I hate to see them go to waste because they can't give them away. So I did the cabbage earlier. I'm sure you can see it in the thing, in the video. Yes, you can see them. So I did that earlier. They haven't been took down yet because I'm doing these 2. But like I said, I wanted to make the videos a little shorter. I didn't want to give you an hour-long video. But that's a lot of potatoes. And I don't know about you, but potatoes are expensive. So if I get free potatoes, heck yeah, I'm going to process them and put them up in the freezer. Why waste them? I mean, you don't want to waste food. And they were going to throw them away. Nope. Just bring them here. I'll process them and it'll be good. Okay, so that one's ready. And then you just put them in the water. I think we're just about done on this. These have been soaking for a while. Which is good. You can see they're pretty good size. Okay. So my water is boiling. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of these in this. I don't know how many are going to get in that water. So we'll see here in a minute. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this over here. Put that right there. And then get this done. I want to get this done pretty quick. There's a lot of stuff I got to do today. Okay, we're at a rapid boil. So we're going to come over here and we're going to grab our colander. And then we're going to come back and we're going to go ahead and start putting the potatoes in this. And remember, you don't want to cook them. You want to blanch them. Well, I think I can get them all in. Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and set the timer for 5 minutes. And let's do it for 4 because they've already been in there for a minute. Okay. So now I'm going to close this door. And pull out the ice. And I'm going to put ice in there. I've already called my husband because he likes to have ice in his drinks. So I've already called him, told him that he's going to have to bring ice home. So he'll be happy with that. Okay, so I've kind of straightened up a little bit. I still have to fill these ice trays, and I got a lid over here that needs to be taken care of. But other than that, everything's been wiped down and ready to process again. Okay, so it looks like we are ready to get our stuff done. Okay, so I'm going to look at them a little bit. But you can see, I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. I'm going to give them another minute. You don't want them like really done, but you want them blanched. I don't have a lot of counter space, so I'm always having to move everything around. Okay, so let's pull these out. All right, let's pull these out. And you want to make sure that all the drippy drips, because I'm not going to be have anything underneath them. And then you just keep and I'm leaving the skin on them because, like I said, they're going to go in stews and stuff. So now I do cube them and all that too as well, but these I want to go ahead and just do big chunks. So I'm going to take all these over here and put them in that water to stop the process. And now I'm going to add more of these. And you can see the water just because they've been sitting in the water for a little bit. That's okay. Between scrubbing them and soaking them, you know they're clean. And then, of course, they're going to get blanched. So you know any bacteria or nasties on it is going to get taken off of them. All right, let's try this batch. Okay, making sure I'm not going to drip too bad. The water is boiling, so we're going to go ahead and put everything in it. Be careful when you do this process, because water does splatter up at you. I always get burnt, and then my husband freaks out about it. He says that I need to be more careful, just like now. It splattered and I got burned. No biggie. Okay, I think that's enough. And we will set the timer for 5 minutes and go from there. Because you see, it's not boiling, so I wanted to get it back to a good rapid boil. So I set it for 5 minutes. What you're doing is you're blanching it, and if you put this potatoes just straight into a Ziploc bag in the freezer and then put it in the freezer, all that's going to do is your stuff's going to turn brown or it's going to turn black, and that don't look good. I mean, it's still edible, just won't look good. So we're blanching it to preserve it, not only preserve it for eating, but also preserving the look of it. And here we go, we're starting to boil again. Okay, just kind of feeling. Okay, yeah, they're cold. Okay, so get my towel down here. And I'm going to do the same process that I did with the cabbage on the other video. Is I'm going to pick these up one at a time and put it on the towel. So that way they dry. Not all the way, just a little bit. You don't want them sopping wet when you go to seal them. At least I don't. But this is the way I do it. Now you guys might do it differently. And if you do, just let me know, because I'm interested. If it's easier and it works, I'm all about easier, because this is the time of year that really, really takes a toll on my back. And I don't have a lot of time. So I have to get up early, really early, to be able to get my housework done and then be able to process the food. So, and then I go out to the garage and I scrape the garage. It seems like every day is the same thing. Clean the house at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then start this process. So, sometimes it's 3:30. But usually by the time 3:30 comes around, if I get up, I only have about an hour to completely clean my house and sit down and relax before anybody else wakes up. So we have 1 minute and 47 seconds. By the way, don't get any gunmetal gray, because when you wipe it down, that's exactly what it looks like. It looked like stainless steel until I wiped it down with a rag, and it just came right off. So I would not advise it. Or a glass top. I don't like glass tops at all. So those are in the process. And these are cooled down. They're drying. They're not done. I mean, I put my nail in it, but It's nothing crazy. Okay. Getting ready to bring out the next batch. Take this over here. I got 35 seconds. Now this is great, like if you find a 10-pound bag for $2.99, $3.99, use a few out of it, but then you do this, so that way they don't go bad. If you start getting eyes on yours, they're still good, the eyes on them, you just take the eyes off and you can use them, but that's when they're, they're telling you that it's ready. You have to either eat them all up or you need to process them, and so I process them. Okay, we are at another. These are done. So I have to take them out. Grip them as good as possible. So that way I don't make a huge mess on my counter. This one did a big batch. Kind of glad I could get a big batch done quickly. So that way I don't have to worry about being in the kitchen forever. Because I still got to clean the kitchen after all this. Okay, so we're at a rapid boil. So I can take these and hurry up and put them in the water to stop the cooking process. Now, we are going to take these and put them in here. You don't want to change your water out in your pan. You want to keep using it unless something dire happens. You want to keep using the same water, because if not, it takes forever to bring it up to heat. And, 5 minutes on just cooking takes a while. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just do this much. All right, now we're going to stand back and do it this way. There, that's in there. So, still boiling. All right, we're going to 5 minutes. These right here are cooling down. I can definitely feel them cooling down. Okay, so they're ready. So you take these out. And all you're doing is stopping, when you're putting it in the water, you're stopping the cooking process. Because potatoes like to continually cook. So that's all I'm doing right now. That's why I'm putting it in this water. Any vegetable really is to just stop the cooking process. Because when you get them out, they're still really hot. They're still cooking. So I'm going to put all these on here. My towel has been soaked. This is the second time it's getting soaked. It's okay. We'll just keep continuing. A friend of mine loaned me this. So I already have one bag ready to fill up. And I'll show you how I do that. Okay, we are almost done. Vacuum seal it. Let's see what happens. Look at that. And now it has to seal. That's done. Take a look at that. Isn't that nice? Okay. And I think I got one more. So it's worth it. A lot of work. You know, it's more time consuming than anything. But for me, standing is a lot of work. You know, it takes a lot for me. But it's worth it because now I just separated a bunch of meals. You know, veggies for a bunch of meals. So now we can have potatoes. I'll count them all as soon as I'm done. And apparently this takes about, well, I guess it depends. Let me see. Oh, that was quick. Normally it takes about a few seconds. But this was quick. This was like 3 seconds. All right. So we're going to get the last of the potatoes. And then we're going to put these on the vacuum sealer and seal them up. And then we will be done, friends. Can you believe that? That's a lot of work. Let's turn it over. Maybe it'll be easier. I did leave a little more room, and I could cut the tops off and reuse these for more potatoes. So set the vacuum seal. And again, you see it. You see for yourself, it works. It's called V-top. I'm sure it wasn't expensive. She never buys anything expensive. Now it's going to seal. And we are done. Look at that, friends. You could cut all these and, you know, ahead of time. All these packages ahead of time so that way it cuts your time even more. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, can you believe that? 9 things of cabbage, 9 meals of cabbage, and 9 meals of potatoes. That is just, yeah, I couldn't do that again even if I tried. So we have all these potatoes and all these cabbages. Look at that. And it only took me about an hour and a half to do all this. So I'm really happy with that. Okay, we are going to put these all over here. I think they just fly off me. I got the door open so the dogs can play. And of course, this flies just won't leave me alone. Alright, I need to hang this up outside so that way it dries fast. You don't want anything mildewing. It's a really big pain to get mildew smell out. Look at that. Look at that, friends. Look at that. Should have done that with the cabbage. But, hey, it was a little intimidating. Anything that's new for me, that's electronics, just like, of course, the sealer. It's new to me, so it all just, I just feel like, okay, I am not going to be able to figure this out. So anything new to me is pretty hard. I don't like change. But once I figured this out, I had to research it. But once I figured it out, look at that. Look at that, friends. Look at that. I just got done preserving all this in one day, but I just went ahead and did 2 videos of it. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I just told my husband, I said, I want one. I want a vacuum sealer. Because I'm always doing this. And I think this would be really beneficial for me to have one of those. I'm going to give that back to her. But, you know, it would be beneficial for me to have a vacuum sealer. And I hope that you have gleaned a little bit of knowledge on preserving potatoes and cabbage. And so that way you can do it yourself, save you some money. And also, I learned how to do this.